Star Wars: The Heart of the Jedi by Kenneth C. Flint. Chapter 31. There's a Star Destroyer up there, Han reminded his comrades as they made their way out of the labyrinth Eteron. Sooner or later, it's going to figure out something's wrong, then it's going to send more men down here. Up on the Imperial battleship, Captain Vascor was at the moment being forced to consider just that. The aide named Voss approached him. Captain, there's been no contact with the High Admiral or the General for some time, Voss said. I think we should land another party. I was given no orders on that, the captain tersely replied. The High Admiral took only personally hand-picked men with him. He has kept completely secret the purpose of his mission here. I propose we wait. I, for one, do not intend to draw his wrath with unnecessary interfering. But, Captain, began Voss. I say we wait, Vascor said with more force. At least for a short time more. So they waited, while below Luke and his companions made their way back through the corridors and finally left the Jedi Temple. As Luke, the last of them, came out through the portal, it reclosed behind him. Without the will of a Jedi to maintain it, the opening healed up to become a solid wall once more. Good, said Luke, looking back to it. The heart is protected again. Never mind it, Han said sharply. We've got to make a getaway before a flock of TIE fighters starts buzzing us. Could be any minute. The Millennium Falcon is too far away for us to reach quickly, pointed out Leia. Even if the last one would help us again. We can take my shuttle, suggested Luke, pointing to it. I ain't leaving the old girl behind, Han said regretfully. But there doesn't seem much choice right now. Come on. Han, what about that Star Destroyer? Luke said as they ran for his ship. It could still attack the heart. It could bring back a fleet with enough firepower to wipe out the entire planet. Why don't we worry about saving ourselves first, kid? Han said practically. Let's just get off this pond. They reached the Scow's little shuttle and crowded inside. In moments, it was lifting off. On the orbiting dreadnought, a bridge crewman noted the ship's sudden appearance on his sensor monitor. Captain Vascor, he called. A small vessel has just taken off from the planet. I make it to be the Entrepreneur's shuttlecraft. You see? Voss said emphatically. I told you, something must be wrong. Very well, the captain conceded. He turned to another officer. Ready a landing party, he ordered, and prepare to fire on that shuttle. First bolts from the Man of War's turbo-laser batteries flashed by the tiny craft as it lifted through the stratosphere. I think they spotted us, said Han. I'll use the scow for cover, said Luke. He piloted the ship on upward, skillfully evading more shots, to bring behind the square mass of the salvage ship. But soon the laser bolts was slamming into the hapless scow. Great, said Han. What now? The Hulk's only going to last a little longer. Then we'll just have to chance making a run for it, Luke answered, preparing to boldly fly them out there. Wait, what's that? Cried Leia, pointing to an object on another monitor. Something was flying in towards them from deep space. It appeared to be a disk. It's the bioship, Luke told her. Quickly, he got on the shuttle's subspace radio. Hello, bioship. What are you doing here? I've got no weapons, a familiar, resolute voice returned. So I'm gonna ram that thing. Storm, Luke identified. You'll kill everyone. Only me, friend. All the rest evacuated. Don't worry, I'm fine. This is my choice. I won't sacrifice others, but I'll gladly sacrifice myself for the greater good. On the Star Destroyer, another monitoring crewman called to Vascor. Captain, I'm picking up another ship coming from our port. What? Said Vascor absently. All his attention was on the scow to starboard. It was much riddled by now, but its thick plate was stubbornly standing up to the heavy fire. Another ship, the man repeated more urgently. A large one, circular configuration. That Blossom ship? Vascor said in astonishment. It can't be. We destroyed it. Apparently not, sir. All right, then, Vascor snapped impatiently. What's its bearing? The man consulted his readouts, then looked up to Vascor in alarm. Sir, it's heading straight for us. It's coming right for us. Ah! Evasive maneuvers, Vascor ordered in a shout. Turn all guns to port, full fire on it. Warning klaxons blurred. The ship began to turn. A few batteries came about to bear and open fire. They were not enough. One bolt struck the bioship, blasting off a pedal. It began to spin, but continued straight on in. Storm watched the big warship through the dome with a grim smile. Here's one for all the children, you murdering scum, he said as he struck home. The flower-like ship slammed vertically into the center of the man-of-war. The rotating disc of it was like a buzzsaw chewing into a log. It sliced into the control tower, ripping it open. Vascor and Voss died instantly. A vast explosion engulfed both vessels. It annihilated the fragile bioship, destroying its last ecosystems and the courageous Storm. It blew the Star Destroyer apart, sending the pointed bow spinning away into space, and the broad stern streaking down to burn in the planet's atmosphere. The few surviving remains of it rained down to be swallowed by the sea. So much for the Empire, Han said. And Storm, Luke added sadly. One more sacrifice to stop the Imperial threat. And there will be a lot more before it's over, I know that now. Why don't we go get the Falcon? Han suggested. And say thanks to the Lajuan, put in Leia. They made a great sacrifice, too. The Millennium Falcon soared upward from the Temple Island, carrying the band of friends away from Angorathea. Han and Chewie sat in their usual seats at the cockpit's front, Leia and Luke behind them. So, what about all this, Luke? Han asked as he steered them way into space. I mean, you're coming here. Was that all a bust? No, the young man said thoughtfully. I wanted knowledge. I got that coming here. I was looking for an identity, and I found one. For now. He looked to them and spoke slowly, earnestly. What I've got to do is help you. Help the Alliance. Until we're sure the power of the Empire can never be restored. Until then, there's no room for anything else. He looked at the azure globe of the planet receding in rearview monitor. Maybe after that, if I think I'm ready. Then I'll come back here. Leia put a hand on his arm and gazed at the planet with him. Someday I may too. But for now, put in Han. Where to? Home, Luke announced determinedly. You mean back to Tatooine? Said Han. Luke shook his head. Back to the Alliance base on the Torberline. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more to do. Well, all right then, Han said with elation. Let's go. Ready to make the jump, Chewie? He pushed the drive levers forward to light speed. The Millennium Falcon leaped away into its hyperspace tunnel of light and vanished away. Behind it, Angorathea and its Heart of the Jedi lay once more alone and waiting. The end.